Welcome to Ancient Word Narratives. Welcome back to Ancient Word Narratives. Today we explore one of the most challenging and profound moments in Scripture, when Abraham was called to offer his son Isaac as a sacrifice. This story teaches us about radical obedience, trust, and the limits of our faith. Let's set the scene. Abraham is now over 100 years old. After decades of waiting, God finally granted him and Sarah a son named Isaac. This child represents the fulfillment of God's covenant promise to Abraham that his descendants would be as numerous as the stars. Isaac is not just any son. He is the miracle, the answer to prayers made across a lifetime. Then comes the test. God speaks to Abraham with a command that shatters everything. Take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the region of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering. Imagine receiving this instruction. Isaac is the heir through whom all God's promises flow. How could God ask Abraham to destroy the very vessel of the covenant? Yet the text tells us something remarkable. Abraham rose early in the morning. He did not hesitate. He did not debate. He prepared for the 3-day journey to Mount Moriah. On the 3rd day, Abraham sees the mountain in the distance. He tells his servants to wait while he and Isaac go to worship. Notice his words, "We will worship, and then we will come back to you." Abraham speaks with absolute certainty that both he and Isaac will return. How could he know this? Some scholars suggest Abraham believed God would provide a resurrection. Others point to his unwavering trust that God would somehow fulfill the covenant even through this test. As they climb, young Isaac asks the question every parent dreads, "Father, where is the lamb for the sacrifice?" Abraham responds, "God himself will provide the lamb." With each step up that mountain, Abraham's faith is tested. His hands must have trembled as he built the altar. His heart must have been breaking as he bound Isaac. Yet he continued. Abraham raised the knife. In that moment, at the absolute threshold of obedience, an angel called out, "Do not lay a hand on the boy." Abraham's faith had been proven. His willingness to surrender his deepest love, his greatest blessing, revealed a trust in God that transcended everything else. And then comes the grace. Abraham looked up, and there in a thicket he saw a ram caught by its horns. God provided exactly what was needed. The ram became the sacrifice instead of Isaac. This story reshapes our understanding of faith. Abraham did not obey because he understood God's plan. He obeyed without knowing the outcome. He trusted God's character more than he trusted his own circumstances. The covenant was reaffirmed, and Abraham's descendants became as numerous as the stars and sand on the seashore. What does this mean for us? It challenges us to examine our own obedience. Do we trust God only when we understand his instructions? Or do we trust him even when his commands seem to contradict everything we hold dear? Abraham's test ultimately points to a greater sacrifice that would come centuries later, one that would transform the relationship between humanity and God forever. Thank you for joining us on Ancient Word Narratives. If you appreciated this deeper look into the story of Abraham's faith, please like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which Bible stories challenge you most profoundly.